Greetings, everyone. It's good to have you on today's episode. We sincerely apologize. We couldn't post last week due to a little hitch on the technology. You know how this works sometimes. Well, thank you very much for being a part of today's one. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube and other social media, just simply subscribe and you'll be glad to do that. All right. So, are there reasons why it looks as if some people in life, their lives seem stuck, or why they seem not to go forward, or they seem not to have advanced? I know sometimes some people advance up to a particular level and then they get stuck and they can't advance further again in their life. So what do we need to do if it seems as though our life is stuck and we need to advance, we need to make progress, we need to push forward, and we need to go forward? One of the reasons why people don't advance in life is failure. All right, listen to me. It's okay to fail. Let me tell you, failure is actually part of success. Failure has a way of teaching you how not to do it. The man that discovered the incandescent light, the man who discovered the electricity that we have today, he failed over 1,000 times. We call it failure, but you know what he said? He said every time he did it again, he learned how not to do it. So what we actually consider as failure, for him, is a way of knowing how not to do it. In other words, now he knows how to do it. So failure is part of success. And guess what? The moment you succeed in life, people don't care how many times you have failed. The truth of the matter is people don't even remember how many times you have failed. Once you succeed in life, the only thing that people celebrate is that moment of your success. Imagine a football team who has been to the final of World Cup before and they kept losing, keep losing. But that moment of glory, that moment that they eventually probably win the World Cup or even the UEFA Champions League or whatever it is, that moment of victory has nullified all that period of pain. So failure is part of success, and failure can also be a learning curve. So one of the reasons why people don't advance is failure of the past. All right, so don't let the failure of the past stop you. Let it be a learning curve for you. Let it be that now I know how to do it better. All right, another reason, sincerely, why people do not advance in life is that people are tired, people are weary. All right, people get worn out. All right, people are like, I've tried it before, it didn't work, so how am I going to do it again? How can I do it? Can I even try again? All right, so what am I saying? In other words, don't let you being worn out, being tired, be the reason why you cannot forge ahead. Don't let it be the reason why you can't even advance in life. All right, listen, in 1 Samuel chapter 30, when David came back after the Amalekites invaded Ziklag, the scripture says the people spoke against him and they thought to stone him. Do you know what happened? They were worn out. They were so worn out and discouraged. So, but what happened? David, the Bible says, encouraged himself in the Lord. So what does it mean? Everybody was tired. Everybody was worn out. So that was the reason why they didn't find a reason to move ahead anymore. They were discouraged. Their soul was in despair. So the point is this: when people have tried and they failed, and weariness of the soul comes in, and the main thing that actually causes that weariness of the soul is lack of hope. It's actually hopelessness. When people cannot see light ahead, when people cannot see whether it's possible anymore. You know, the Bible said in the book of Proverbs, it said, hope defer wearieth the soul, but when it comes, it's like a tree of life. So when what you expect doesn't show up on time, there's a weariness of the soul. Is it going to come? Oh, when will it come? If at all it will come. But I love that scripture. It says, hope defer, wearieth the soul. It says, but when it comes, it's like a tree of life. When is an adverbial clause of timing. It shows that it will definitely come. It will come. Just like Habakkuk says. It said, though the vision tarry, wait for it. I love the Living Bible translation. He said, it will not tarry a little, just one more day extra. He said, though it, look at that expression. He said, though it lingers, it will not linger. So sometimes it looks as if, will it come to pass? Will it ever happen? But all of that, in the midst of that, don't despair. Don't give up. Keep the hope alive. Keep that hope alive. So he says, when it comes, it's like a tree of life. So it will certainly come. Galatians chapter 6, verse 9 to 10. What does it say? It says, do not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we do not faint. Okay, so that means as long as we don't faint, there is a due season. As long as we don't faint, we will reap. So he said, do not be weary in well-doing, for if we do not faint, we will reap. So what do we need to do? Don't faint. You will have more than enough reasons to faint, but don't faint. Encourage yourself. Go back to the drawing board again. Look to that vision again. Tell yourself, this is the reason why I have to keep on. Several lives are dependent on that dream. Several lives are connected to the fulfillment of that goal, of that vision. So as your life is advancing, as your life is pushing forward and breaking forward, definitely there will be lives that are connected to it. There will be lives that will be rejuvenated. There will be dreams, there will be visions that will be accomplished. That is one reason why you should not give up. All right, one more thought, even as we wrap up for today, why you should not give up. One of the reasons which I find very thrilling, if you read Joshua chapter 1, from verse 1 to verse 9, the Lord said to Joshua 3 times, be thou strong and very courageous. The reason why people give up, the reason why people don't advance is lack of courage. No courage. Like the 4 lepers. They say, why tarry we here till we die? If we stay here, we will die. If we go in there, we will die. So why should we die here? Why should we die here? They chose to forge ahead. They chose to move forward. They choose to go forward. And guess what? They didn't die. They didn't die. So the reason why people don't advance is lack of courage. Brothers, be encouraged. Brothers, encourage yourself. Give yourself reason to move forward. Give yourself reason to forge ahead. I look forward to hearing your testimony. I look forward to hearing from you. And I know that good things are waiting for you. Good things lies ahead of you. Let me tell you, keep the hope alive. Keep the dream alive, because I will celebrate you. My ears are itching. Our ears are itching to hear your testimony. David said, by thee, O God, I have run through a troop. He said, by my God have I leaped over the wall. By the Lord on your side, by him standing by you, you will walk through that troop and you will leap over the wall. I celebrate you ahead. Thank you for being a part of today. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done that. God bless you. Have a good one. Thank you.